sports fans, ASMR Sports here. Alright, this is my first video I'm recording after the launch of my new non-ASMR channel. I've got some rips. So if you haven't checked that out yet, it's called The Sports Card Show. I'll try to link it up when I post this. By the way, there's like a lot of background noise right now. Because I live in the Midwest and it's the summer and I have a dehumidifier in my basement. I guess I could turn that off and I might do that in the future. But that thing runs like frickin' 24/7. If there's any kind of rain, it's always humid in basements in the Midwest. In fact, there's probably like a lot of like memes about dads trying to keep their basements dry in the Midwest. So in any event, and so if you haven't already checked out the Sports Card Show, please do that and like and subscribe so people will be exposed to that. And I'll be posting content there, I don't know, probably twice a week or something like that. And still doing the ASMR sports stuff. I don't know if I'll be posting every day like I have been during the apocalypse, but I'm going to try to do fairly regular videos. It's a lot easier to do videos, I think, for this channel than for the Sports Card Show, because it's basically just, whatever, I grab a box of stuff and open it. So these are Rippin' Reds, which are raspberry, red apple, cherry, and wild berry flavored Rips candy. Oh man, my freaking cat. She's gonna be loud because she just is lately. I was hoping I snuck into my sports card room without detection, but I was wrong, so hopefully she'll go away. But in any event, if I need to, I'll pause this and put her in another room. So this day today, I'm gonna open this box of Star Trek Discovery Season 1 cards, and I've had this box for like ever, but the reason I didn't want to open it is because I hadn't seen the show yet. So I finally started watching the show. I'm on Season 1, and I think I'm like in kind of the middle of episode 11, and I think there's like maybe 3 or 4 more to go in this season, so I'm really enjoying it. I started watching it finally after I watched Star Trek Picard, which is the most recent Star Trek series. Although this is still going, so when that season comes out, then that'll be the most recent. But anyways, I really enjoyed it. I have to say, I loved that. I loved, seeing Picard again, and there's a ton of cameos in there from Next Generation and from some of the other series, the modern Star Trek series. So anyways, I loved that, and I was like, oh, I gotta see more Star Trek now, so I knew I needed to go watch this, so I started to do that. I'm glad I did, because I really enjoy it. I usually will try to watch an episode, like when I go to sleep or something. So this box is number 3,133 of 6,000. Oh my god, that cat's killing me, you guys. I really hate pausing this, but I think I'm going to, and hold on. Okay, maybe. Is she gonna go away? Alright, we'll see. If she comes back, I'm gonna have to pause this. I hate these videos I record for ASMR Sports. I record just using the video recorder on my iPhone, and so like there's no real easy way to pause it and then continue, so I basically have to just stop the video, go deal with whatever noises I'm trying to get rid of, and then start a new video, and then I gotta like connect the two videos in iMovie or some other software, and that's a pain in the ass. I mean, I'd definitely rather not do that, so that's why I'm hesitant to go and deal with the cat. Alright, so this is a product made by I think it's is it Ritter House or some thing like that? Rittenhouse, right there, bam. right now. So they do a lot of non-sports stuff. I think they do like, well, there's a ton of Star Trek stuff I think that they do. And lots of other kind of current series, television series cards. They do so only 6,000 boxes of this made, which is kind of impressive. That's a pretty small number, at least compared to like sports cards. And I believe there is at least one autograph in here. There might be two. So now that I've seen the show, or most of the first series, I should recognize most of the people in here if I were to get an autograph. 2 autograph cards. Now that's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's so nice. So nice. Topps, you know, in their non-sports cards like Star Wars and I don't know what else. They do oh god, Stranger Things. Like you get one autograph, and sometimes it's like 2 hits, so it's like 1 autograph and a crappy memorabilia card from like some extras shirt or some garbage like that. So I appreciate Rittenhouse coming through for a brother here and giving us two autos. Into the forest I go. Oh yeah, that's where her captain. Wait a minute. No, that's not her captain. Oh man, I might not have seen this yet. I don't know if I've seen this one yet. That's an admiral in the show. She appears to be injured. Oh wait, yes, I have seen this. Yeah, okay, I remember this. God, I can't remember if she dies. I think she dies though. This is what the Klingons look like in this show. You can see a shadow of my face right there. So it's very different than most of the other Star Trek series representations of Klingons. This show, that's the captain, so he's like arguably the main character, although this lady, her name is Michael Burnham. Yes, that's a woman named Michael in the show. She's kind of like the most, I think, interesting and perhaps the most like visible character in the show. Oh yeah, so this series, in time-wise, takes place before the original Star Trek series. So the costumes and stuff are supposed to be somewhat contemporaneous to that first series. There's Michael Burnham again. She's actually a human who was raised by why am I? Vulcans. So, she kind of looks Vulcan, but not, like, I don't know. Basically, because that hairdo, which she doesn't have, like, later in the show, like, there's her normal hairdo. Anyways, I'm gonna try not to, like, spoil this if anybody hasn't seen this show, but I hopefully can describe some things about it. So these cards are a little more relevant. There is, what's his name? God, I'm really not remembering these guys' names. Sarek, who I think that's, Spock's dad. And I've watched a lot of Star Trek stuff, but I am definitely not like a Trekkie. So I don't have, a great knowledge of everything. And like, if you're a Trekkie, and this guy is Spock's dad, and like you don't know it off the top of your head, then I'm sure I seem like an idiot. But there's probably not a lot of Trekkies that are tuning in here, so they hopefully won't judge me. But if they do, that's fine. I can live with it. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of the Star Trek, but I don't have a lot of stuff memorized. And I'm sure I will say some stupid things. But I know a lot more about Star Trek than I do about hockey. So if the hockey people can be nice to me. So can you, Star Trek folks. Alright, what's past is prologue. That's the captain of the ship that Michael Burnham was originally on, and that is the first episode of the series, Star Trek Discovery. It's kind of a cool poster card. Is that her? Yeah, that's her. So I forget what her name is as an actress. I wish they'd say, but I think that's Michelle Yeoh or something. I feel like she was the one in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I might be completely wrong, but if it's not her, she looked similar to her. I think it is her, though. The wolf inside. Let's see. Saru, that's his name, Saru. He's like some weird alien that is very rare. It's not a lot of other guys from his species in the show. Oh, and there. So this guy shows up for 2 episodes. And that's of course Rainn Wilson, known from the Office series that many know and love. And he shows up. He's kind of like this weird, kind of pirate sort of guy who they meet up with in a Klingon jail cell, and he ends up getting abandoned, and then we see him later in the series. We'll see. So that was kind of psychedelic to have somebody from The Office show up in the Star Trek universe. Michael Burnham. There's the captain again. These guys, I forget what they were called, but doesn't say. But these guys played prominently in the series, in the Star Trek series called Star Trek Enterprise, which was actually the earliest in the timeline of that one. Had Scott Bakula in it, who was the captain. I really enjoyed that series. I watched it kind of when it was out, maybe a little bit after the first series was out. That was quite a while ago. And those guys were all over that show. They were they were one of the warring factions in that show, Star Trek Enterprise. Basically covers the first ever starship after humans discover FTL travel, and then the Vulcans see them and make first contact. See, I know a little bit about Star Trek. Rainn Wilson again. Let's see what his name was. Mudd, his name is. M-U-D-D. Oh, look at that. So that's a blue guy. But it's funny because I don't really even remember those guys, or this guy playing much of a role in the series, but maybe he's yet to come. Riley Gilchrist as Mirror Shukar. So pretty cool card. Nice auto, very nicely centered. Beautiful on card, no smudges, so can't go wrong with that. I like that card. I'm a little bummed I don't recognize the character, or don't quite remember what he did in the show, so that's a bummer. I was hoping to get somebody who I actually, sort of remember. I guess I'm bad at watching TV, guys. Sorry. I've noticed that there are no parallels, and that's not surprising Rittenhouse seems to not really get into that kind of thing for these non-sport sets that they do, and that's fine. You just get so used to it. You open so much basketball and like baseball stuff where numbered cards are just, you know, the lifeblood. This is a cool subset card. Alright, so we got one of our two autographs. I hope everybody's doing well. You know, here we are still in our pandemic that now it seems will last through the end of the year, it would seem. Things are starting to open back up, but I think people are still quite understandably cautious, as am I, about, you know, going out for things that are not necessary. I know some people are just really sort of champing at the bit to get out to, you know, bars and restaurants and stores and what have you. And while I can appreciate that sentiment, I think they have to realize that that's just not, I mean, you can't just completely go from being, you know, shut down to having everything completely back to normal. And if you did, frankly, I think you'd have a lot of cases of this stuff that you probably don't need to have. So just hoping everybody can, like, you know, be patient and try to ease back into things and take precautions. You know, if it's not too much of a burden. I certainly, I'm a germaphobe, so probably like most other germaphobes. I was germaphobe way before this thing, and I'm probably a germaphobe way after it. But, you know, being a germaphobe, like, you know, I'm spending like every winter trying not to get the flu and being careful not to wash my hands like all the time, and, you know, not like touch surfaces I don't need to be touching, and, you know, things like that. I'm always doing that kind of stuff, so like for me, taking the extra precautions is just a lot of stuff I probably would have done anyways. And I guess I wouldn't be wearing a mask normally, although I've always like wondered, like, whenever you see like a video or photograph of, you know, Japan in the winter, like half the people are wearing masks, so like those guys are ahead of the curve, man. Oh, nice. Harry Judge, man, I don't recognize him either. Harry Judge's Mirror Gork. Why the hell is everybody called Mirror? What's going on here? This guy's Mirror Shuka. What is going on? What the hell? But this has kind of a gold border, so I wonder if that's maybe, I don't know, it's not numbered or anything. Yeah, I'll have to look those up. By the way, here's something. I'll just finish my thought here on Japan. You know, in a lot of Asian countries, they've been wearing masks. Like, I presume they do that like during flu season, but they might just do it all the time. You know, since like forever ago, right? Now, I don't know if, I bet Japan does a lot better in flu season than a lot of other countries, certainly the United States. I feel like in the United States we're just a bunch of freaking messy slobs who have no like personal hygiene. But that's because I'm a germaphobe, so that's how I view everybody. But in any event, my point is, you know, some people are freaking out about wearing masks. And it seems kind of weird, right? But I just think, like in Japan, other places where they do it, you know, on the reg, it's like they've just gotten used to it. And it's like nobody thinks anything of it, and it's like, you know, maybe, I don't know if it's doing them any good. I hope it is. I haven't looked at any numbers or anything, but that's an interesting question. I could do that. Anyways, yeah. I say wear a mask if you're going to be around other people anyways. And, hopefully we'll save ourselves some lives. Alright, so one final thought here before I do the last pack, which is the one after this. So on my new channel, which is not an ASMR channel, I have a totally different video setup. I have an overhead camera, which is a pretty nice camera, and it's, you know, I think it shows the cards well. I do have to adjust like the lighting on it though, because the innards of that camera are not nearly as good as the innards on my iPhone, which I use for this channel. But I do have like a nice setup software-wise on that arrangement, because I can do things like pause the video in the middle of recording it, and more importantly, I can show my screen. I can show a computer with a web browser in it. So if I want to go look up a card on eBay, I can show you guys how I would do that. Or just you can see the list of results, you know, when I search for it. So I'm curious to know what people think about me maybe using that setup to do the recordings for this channel. I'm thinking about maybe doing that, but I haven't really given a lot of thought. And I'm not sure there might be reasons not to do it. I don't know. Just to have the look of the two channels be a bit different, I think would be useful too, so people don't, you know, accidentally click on the wrong channel. But anyways, I don't know. I'm curious. Once you guys have watched a few videos on the new channel, oh man, there's the ASMR kitty back to say goodbye. But once you've seen a few videos on the new channel, it'll be interested to hear your thoughts. All right, well, I'm gonna go murder my cat. All right, see you guys later. Have a great one. Bye.